And we are back in the WHHI-TV Daily News. It is almost time for trick-or-treating and Halloween, and here to talk to us about safety around that is Cinda Seamon. She is, of course, with Hilton Head Fire and Rescue. Thank you, as always, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're coming up on Halloween, and you told me a really staggering statistic before we started filming.
I know. Kids are twice as likely to die on Halloween than any other holiday.
That's amazing.
And it's just, you don't want to hear that.
No,
it can be just,
scary.
there's a lot of things that cause danger around Halloween. One of the things is, because of the time frame, kids usually go a little bit early with trick-or-treating, maybe a 5 to 8 kind of thing.
Right.
Most people are getting home from work between 6 and 7. So they're coming in home to these neighborhoods. Kids are kind of running, they're just so excited they're running around. We've really got to talk to kids about don't dart out of parked cars and run across the street.
Yes.
If it's not a crosswalk or a place where a bunch of people are crossing together, don't do it. The kids are small. They're not in the line of sight of drivers. Right. So drivers tend to not see them. And that's a caution for drivers. So go really slowly in these neighborhoods. Yeah. Also talk to kids about their costumes. If they're not fitting properly, they're too long, they could be running across the street, trip and fall. That's another way that they can be, a car cannot see them.
Sure.
So, and same thing with masks. Maybe they don't see exactly where they're going. Paint their face or something else that makes it a little bit safer for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Stay with your kids. Make sure that it's just really important with streets and cars coming home that time from work. It's getting dark. It's the hardest to see it, like dusk.
Right.
So we really need to be careful.
Absolutely. And, as drivers, remember it's Halloween and be even more aware of what's going on.
Right, exactly.
For sure. So then let's talk about one of the other things with Halloween is carving pumpkins.
Right.
And so that obviously involves sharp objects,
right.
which could injure us at some
exactly.
point.
And we just don't think of that.
Yeah.
We think of all the basic things, be careful and check your candy and all of the things we hear, but we don't think about the pumpkin carving, and that can be really dangerous for kids. They make those pumpkin carving kits for a reason.
Yes.
So use those. They really do work much better than a kitchen knife, which is really not supposed to be used for that.
Right.
The other thing we can do is engage kids in other activities with pumpkin carving that doesn't involve the sharp objects. How about they're the ones that scrape out the pumpkins and remove the guts from the inside? That's their job. Maybe their job is to draw the face on the pumpkin and you'll go ahead and cut it out.
Yeah, makes sense.
The other thing is, would you like to light the pumpkin? Here's an electric candle that you can put in the pumpkin and turn it on. So they're really part of the process without doing any of the dangerous things.
Yes. Excellent advice on all of that. And we want to make sure that we're getting to a couple other things, and that is making sure your yard is safe for kids to be coming to your door to trick or treat. And then we also want to touch on your trunk or treat event that's going on.
So the thing is, we talk to kids and say, don't cut through yards, use sidewalks, but they get excited and they run. How does your yard look? Do you have rakes and tools and broken pots and gardening equipment around? That's really dangerous for kids running through yards. Yeah. The other thing is, how about create some lights along your sidewalk? Some, little lights along the sidewalk that just show kids where to go.
Right.
Make it safe. Think about how safe is my yard for if kids do kind of go astray and start running from house to house through yards.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and if you want to avoid all of that and just have a really fun time and do some trunk or treating, you can do that at the fire department on October 26th.
Right. Station 4, where we had our pancake breakfast, which is on Squire Pope Road, we're doing a trunk or treat. It's free, 5 to 8. The 26th of October, and it's just going to be really fun. Costume contest. We're going to have a lot of us from Fire Rescue are going to decorate our cars and just have, different treats and little, coloring books and fun little giveaways for people, games. It's the first time we're doing it, so we're really looking forward to it.
Sounds
and
great.
It's a great, safe, fun way for kids to spend Halloween.
Yeah. Well, Cinda, as always, fantastic information. Thank you for being here and make sure that you're staying safe on Halloween, and join them for Trunk or Treat on October 26th. And we'll be back in just a moment.